tag you as soon.
Yeah, tag both of my pages. Do you follow both my business?
All right. Good evening, everybody. My name is Tiffany Dooley. I'm here with Chef Jamar Griddine. I know Jamar since when he was here in Kansas City at New Life. And now I see him and has his own chef, has been on TV. And I thought this was a good opportunity to bring him on to Bluff Brains YouTube and Facebook channel. And tonight we're talking about the science behind culinary. So, Jamar, please tell us a little bit about yourself and why you are a part of this event tonight.
Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Chef Jamar. Yes, guys, 21 in the making and going on 22. And I am honored and blessed. And thank you so much for having me on your show. And, guys, we're here to talk about the science behind culinary arts. What what makes science in food so magnificent, so amazing that when you look at a plate, look and you create a dish, you get the wonderful flavors of the food and the aromas and the smell and the taste. So that's why we are here on the Behind the Science of Culinary.
All right, thank you, Jamar. So, what is your first memory of your love for cooking?
So I started cooking at a young age with my mom. And, my mom is a baker. And so, I would tell the story because I love telling the story of when I started with my mom and she was in the kitchen. And, one day she was baking. She's like, okay, mom, come in and help me, mix the pancake mix, or, watch the cake in the oven. So it takes about an hour, 2 hours to cook. Or she'll go upstairs and take a nap, and I'll have to watch the desserts in the oven. Or I have to ice a cake, or bake some cookies or cupcakes. So that's how I got started. Was with my mom and help my mom cook in the kitchen, and then of course it's transferred on with my grandpa with watching all the Food Network shows. You got the guys, Rich's Games, Hell's Kitchen, Diners, Drivers, and Dives. Just sitting there watching the food shows with my grandpa and learning how to cook barbecue. So that would be another second way of how I got started. And then another way would be my grandma. I have soul food recipes, good mac and cheese, greens, dressing, turkey. Just the good soul food people like, when you go to your grandma's house and you're like, man, grandma, what you cooking today? Well, what's going on Thanksgiving table? So that's kind of how I got started with the food industry. Those family.
Okay. Okay. So when did you know you wanted to be a chef?
Um, Funny story. I actually wanted to be a police officer in the fire, but in the years of going to a middle school, I did home ec class, basically a class where they teach you how to sew. You do, you sew pillows, covers, and they teach you the basics of doing things at home. And then from there, I'm like, okay, this seems interesting. So then in high school, I had a chance to go to culinary school. While in high school, I took the opportunity, which was at the Hunter Curriculum. And my teacher was Teresa Marlowe. She is now no longer there. And so, just being able to just go there and learn from them, learn from, the school, and just be able to just take the opportunity to go to culinary school while in high school, it's an amazing thing. But I actually had to choose between being a chef or being an athlete. And what came to mind was, okay, if I wanted to be a track star, I could run, practice every day, work as hard, and get to the Olympics, right? Or I could cook every day, read some books, learn from different chefs, travel while cooking, and well, I was like, which one's gonna get me further down the line? And that was the question I had to ask myself. Which one is going to get me further down the line? With track, you can break any bones in your body and can't recover. With cooking, you can get a few burns, cuts, bruises, band-aids, stitches, and you're back online and you're cooking again. So I went with cooking because I'm like, okay, cooking is gonna be less injuries versus me doing track and having breaking any parts of my bones and not being.
Understandable. Understandable. So, are there any chefs you admire, and what do you admire most about them?
So there are a couple of chefs that I admire. I want to start off with my mentor. His name is Marvin Deccan. He owns the Breakfast and Lunch Lovers restaurant. When I was in high school, he taught me everything I needed to know about a mom and pop restaurant, from the food inventory to menu to getting the food out the window to customer service to greeting the customers. They, walking around the restaurant, greeting your customer, ask them, how is the food? What did you like about the food today? Or what do you want? And then you start to get to know the names of each and every customer that walks through the door. And I think that, and he gave me knowledge. He would tell me, okay, know your price and know your product. Like for example, go to Restaurant Depot, you can buy a case of chicken breast and they cost you about 115 bucks. But in the case, it's about 100 to 150 pieces of breast in that case. So that would be one example of pricing and knowing.
Okay. Okay. That's good advice knowing your products because a lot of people don't know their products. And if you don't know how to describe your service to your customers, then you're not really, benefiting your clients or your customers. So,
Yes, yes, that is definitely true. And I have different catering, some taught me to pick the catering. The catering is all about customer service,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the client. For example, when you're doing catering, how many people, the location, what do you want on the menu when you're doing a wedding? I love doing weddings. I love seeing people get married. Being married is actually a great thing. Except I've noticed something. They don't eat the cake. They don't eat the whole cake. So you may have the cake about 5 to 8 layers. I'm like, wow. So you just spent a lot of money on this cake and only ate one piece of the cake. Mhm. That's another thing about weddings. When you book a wedding, you don't really eat the whole cake. So
No.
you can save the cake or you gotta throw the cake away.
Yeah.
But I love doing weddings. I love doing private events. I get to show my personality and my creativity.
Okay. Okay. So, what is the science behind culinary arts, and how
So,
and how does the science behind culinary affect your brand?
so the science behind culinary, in high school, I love science. Okay, the reason why I love science is because you can take any dish and recreate that dish. Like for example, let's say if you put some frozen raspberries, right? You put them in the freezer for less than 24, 48 hours. But when you take them out, and let's say you're making a triple chocolate mousse or you're making a chocolate, right? You got you got 3 layers. Okay, an example, 3 layers. You got your chocolate, you got your white, and you may got raspberry, right? Well, if you take the frozen fruits out of the freezer, crush them, then it causes the fruit to crumble. And
Crumbles.
that's because of the air and all the cells of the fruit and the cold. It's like a body, right?
Right.
If you take the food out of the freezer, the vegetables and the fruit then become warm. If
Right.
you put them back in the freezer, then they become cold.
Hard. Yeah.
When it's cold, they become hard, solid rock, and now they're able to crumble. I just love it. I just love it. I love making masterpieces, fruit, vegetables, dishes, and sauces. So I think that would be the science behind culinary. And then as far as my brand, I'm still learning a lot about the food industry. I like to read books. I'm reading a book now by Anthony Bourdain.
Okay.
Uh, he talks about how food is sex, uh, food, the food, the levels of food, like, appetizers, entrees, desserts. He goes into depth of what food actually is. And because food is actually another way of expressing how we feel, expressing emotion, expressing, you know, why we love to cook. So that will be another way. Well, that's a pretty good book. So I do recommend that book. Anthony Bourdain. Um, if you guys don't know who he is a legend, culinary legend, like Emerald Lagasse and Gordon Blue, who I got to meet him. He's very inspirational. And so yeah, that would be the science behind the brand, science behind culinary.
Okay. All right. So, what are the best sanitation practices when cleaning vegetables and meats? And why is sanitation important?
So sanitation is very important. That's the first thing that people sometimes you know, make sure that your area is clean. Make sure that your sanitation wise, wipe everything down before you start cooking and prepping anything. Then next, you want to make sure you have all your trash cans. The reason why you want trash cans is so you can have your disposable bucket for any garnishes or anything to ensure that stuff don't. And then after you wipe everything down, then you got the trash can. Now you want to go into doing the vegetables. Some vegetables you can wipe off. They say, hey, wash all your vegetables, which is true. You must wash all your vegetables because you don't know where they're coming from. And then after you wash all your veggies, you want to use certain cutting boards for filling. So, you got your yellow, you got your red, you got your green, and you got your white. Those are your different cutting boards. So when using vegetables, raw meat, food, vegetables, whatever you're cooking, you want to use those types of cutting when you're preparing and washing vegetables. As far as meats, like Yep, there's an expression in the walk-in where the chefs teach us that in the walk-in, your food must be 6 feet within the ground, right? So everything must be 6 feet away.
Right. Mhm.
Because if it's not 6 feet above the ground, or if it's on the ground, then it's in front of it.
Yeah.
So it's 6 feet on the ground. So usually you have, and this is how it goes when you're throwing food into the walk-in. Sanitation, right?
Mhm.
You got all your raw on the bottom. Then you have your cook, and then you have fish, and then you have fruit, and then you have and the reason why you put your cook on top of your raw is so that way none of your raw food drip on to the cooked food. Because who wants raw food or raw juices into something that's already been cooked?
No
I
one.
know I don't.
No one. No one at all. All right. So, all right. So, where do you draw your creative inspiration from?
Ooh, many. Yeah, that's pretty good. You're gonna get. If I give you my top three or top five.
How many are you willing to share? Because I know some people have their secret, their special, creative side, and they don't want to share with nobody. And then there's a few that you want to share, but you're willing to share it with them. So you don't have to share all of them if you don't feel comfortable. I understand. I understand.
Okay, so like I said, I like to read. Okay, so I've been reading this book called The Flavor Bomb. You can mix and match anything in this book from A to Z, literally from different backgrounds, different cultures. You you can literally match anything with any type of cuisines. That will be one. It's called The Flavor Bomb, the book that you can get on Amazon, ship to your house. You can get a hard copy, or you can get the the second would be family recipes.
Hmm.
Can also come in handy when you are trying to get inspiration, trying to recreate this. I know a lot of people start off with their family, learning from my mom, learning from my grandma, or whoever. So, and then the third would be, watching a lot of these TV shows. You can get a lot now on Google and YouTube. How to make this, how to make that. You could go to YouTube, do another. Or you could travel, explore your horizon, like I do, learn from different chefs, learn what their mentors taught them, and just soak up all the knowledge as much as you can, and take that and apply. That would be some ways where you could take your creativity to the next
Okay. Okay. And are you working on any big projects right now?
level. Yes, we are. We're always working on projects, always. This month between graduation and May, we have 700 reservations. And then between now and the end of the month, we'll be in Delaware, New Jersey, Washington again, we'll be in Vegas in December. And there's another big surprise at the end of this month, but I can't announce it just yet. So I
Okay.
have to
Okay. Okay.
yeah, but between the 17th through the 30th, something is coming.
Something is coming. Okay. Okay.
Can't announce it just yet. But
Uh-huh.
when it comes, I will make sure
I should have.
that you
I should have waited
and
next week for this interview, huh? Next week or the following week. Man, okay. I'll wait.
you,
When you make that announcement, I'll share it with everybody.
you're more than welcome. Okay with that. But yeah, we do have something to attend. Exciting. Right now in the process, we are growing a garden. Me and some other chefs are growing a garden, and we're growing our vegetables. Carrots, Brussels sprouts, radishes, potatoes. You know, herbs, parsley, cilantro, thyme, rosemary. That also deals with plants because you have to dig, you got to dig,
Mhm.
plant, put all these two different bags of soil and mulch and some other stuff. So and we took pictures of the unfinished. So we got pictures of the when it first began and what it's going to look like at the end.
Okay.
So I'm excited to see this garden grow and manifest itself between now and
Big is
November.
your garden? How big is the garden? Is it
Well, there's a pool in the backyard, so we are. So the garden is actually on the other side of the pool.
of the pool? Okay, so it's a nice sized garden. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. We put down the mulch the other day, and right now we are pulling up all the weeds. We are weed eating the whole garden, raking the leaves. We raked all the leaves the other day. We are really getting in some work. We're sweating while we're doing it, so it's gonna be beautiful. I'm excited to see it all come.
Okay, so are you going to use some of the vegetables in some of your dishes on these tours, or where do you
Yeah,
think?
yes, we do. So these some of these vegetables and produce that we're going to grow this summer, we are going to experiment, and we are going to see what we can come up with these fresh produce and groceries. And I also have a cookbook that I'm working on. That is another big project. It's called Food for the Soul, the title of the cookbook. And I've been working on that since I was in high school. So I am excited about that book. And so just be stay tuned for that. And then I had about five other books that I've written. These books are more like my everyday life. My first book that I've written was back in high school. The title of that was My Everyday Life. And basically, it was time capsule because when I wrote the book, I would start off date, the date, the year, and the time, and then I would end with the time, date, and the year. So that's the first book. And the second book was called New Beginning. And now we're on to our third book, which is uh, third book, which is now called I forgot the name of this other book they were writing. But oh, what's next? Yeah, that's the title of this book is called What's Next. And then we have another one called Room 108. I
Okay,
know. Interesting, right?
yeah, it's very interesting
The
because
reason why this
you
book
want to.
I know. When people think of Room 108, I'm like, what happened in this room? What is going on? I'm interested to read that book. Yeah, I have a book coming out called Room 108, and it's very interesting. It talks about how this guy steps out on faith and he uses all his resources to get to where he's trying to get to. And man, oh man, once you read this book, whew, look, it's gonna bring chills to your spine. I am excited to release these books. So we got Room 108. We have a book called Faith. We have so many other books, and then also, like I said, there also includes some more cookbooks. But I am definitely excited about these books that I am in the process of writing. I love reading and writing during my free time. It's like therapy for me. So it's one of those things where I get to tell people how I feel. But I am so excited about Room 108 because it's going to be a story that's going to be able to impact a lot of people and to just let them know, hey, you know what? Go out there, follow your dreams. And if you want to do something, just go out there and do it, you know? Don't wait for anybody, just do it. You know, I packed 6 bags. That's all it took, 6 bags. Just six. And stepped out on faith. And now we are here. So, we're gonna look back years, we're gonna look back 5 years from now. We think about, man, I interviewed Jamar when he was in Atlanta, and now he's in Hollywood. So yes, this is definitely going to be a story to tell my kids, my future family, uh, later on down the line. And I even have portfolio I've been building since high school. So that way, when my kids, you know how you go to your grandma's house and you got them little flip book.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm doing right now. Every place that I go, I'm snapping pictures. I'm also a photographer. I take pictures on my free time. Like a free thing I like to do.
Mhm.
So, I do other things than cook. I don't just cook all the time, but yes, I do try to keep myself busy, and it's relaxing, and I'm also at peace. So, I would have to say, oh, uh, anything else? Any other questions? Sorry,
Oh
I'm
no,
talking, so just.
I'm always good for a good read, a good book. So when your book come out, Room 108, I would be definitely getting it, and hopefully have like a book. I was thinking about starting a book club. That's another thing I was thinking about. I should start a left brain book club because I'm always reading books. I got a book right now that I'm reading, and then I have another book. I have another book on lockdown, like on standby, for me to
Mhm.
read when I finish this book. So your book might be the third one, the next after that book. So, but yes, I'm always looking for a good read. So Jamar, you might be my third book this year. I'm going to read this year.
Yes, yes. I can actually send you a little bit a script that I am working on. You know, I'm hoping to get into acting, pretty soon. So that's another big project that I am trying to get my foot into, acting. Not
Oh,
only being a chef, but also acting. Yes, play some characters in some movies. It's like, is that's Chef Jamar? Yep, I'm in that movie. That was me. So 'cause I love watching chef movies. I think my favorite one is called Burnt, and it actually talks about fine dining, chucking 1,000 oysters, and I mean the guy moved to Paris with his parents, and I mean now he's trying to open up a three Michelin star restaurant, and yes, that's what it's all about. It's all about black. Look, I'm here. And let me tell you, I got some other projects working too. I got a food truck, uh, which it's a food truck, but it's not really a food truck.
okay.
I'm gonna let you guys keep thinking about that one.
It
Um,
is.
it's a food truck, but it's not really a food truck. Uh,
Okay.
and then of course, my restaurant concept is a fine dining restaurant. I have French cuisines. Uh, again, after I get done traveling within all 50 states, then I'm going to take what I have and put it into my restaurant concept. And the restaurant concept is based off of uh, king and queen. You're a queen, I'm a king. So my motto for the restaurant is "Come be treated like royalty." That's the slogan. Come
Okay.
be treated like royalty.
Okay.
And the color scheme: red, black, white, purple, and gold. So
Okay. I can see it. Yes, those are good complementary colors. Good colors to put together.
yes, they are. So I've been working on that concept since high school.
Okay.
Uh, So I'm very excited about that coming together. But yeah. I'm definitely excited about what God is doing, and everything I have, who I am, what I do, is all because of God. So this isn't my gift. I like to tell a lot of people that what I have and my hands, these my hands, uh, this is God. And I just want all my peers to know that no matter what situation you in, no matter where you're at right now in your life, you can overcome anything you put your mind to. And just think about it. I like to usually express this expression as in everyone, we all have flaws, right?
Mm-hmm.
How people tell you that, oh, I have a flaw, or I have these issues, or they call it red flags.
Yeah.
Yes, red flags. So, so when people tell me about red flags, I'm thinking, hmm, okay, well, don't you have red flags as well? I mean, just think about it. All of us as humans, we all have red flags.
Mhm.
But about the red flags, how you turn the red flags into green flags.
That's true. That's
And when two people come together and they meet, and yes, she may say she has a package, she may say she has flaws, but guess what? He also has flaws, and he also has a package as
true.
well.
Yeah. Mhm.
And so when people come together, you just gotta kind of figure out how can you uplift each other? Can you take each other and build an empire, build a foundation. And that is kind of where my mindset is. Yeah, I'm 21, and yes, I got an old soul. That's okay. But I love learning new things, and I love learning from new. I have a lot of mentors that I've learned from, and a lot of chefs. Like during the summer, over like the last couple of years, I've been helping retired military veterans with their yard work. So I learned I've gotten a few different trades with helping them, learning how to build fences, learning how to build trenches, learning how to build a kitchen out of wood, uh, working with big old table chainsaw. um, it just other stuff, just so I could be able to take like
Okay. Okay. So, all right. So, is there any last comments, questions you have, or not comments, questions, but last comments for us, for our guests?
well, folks, if you're watching this, whether you're in Kansas City, whether you are in Atlanta, whether you are in Jamaica, I'm here to tell you, you are beautiful, you are amazing, you're powerful, you are bold, you are brave, you're strong, you are courageous, and you are phenomenal. And you can do anything you put your mind to. And don't forget that you want something, just go do it. No, it's not easy. Yes, it's going to be challenging, but the challenges only make you stronger. And remember this, never let your past define who you are now, and never let your struggles define who you are. Because one thing I like to tell people, I'm not perfect. I have my flaws. Yes, I've made some decisions. Yes, we've all made bad decisions, but it's you learn from your decisions and you learn from your mistakes and you move forward. And so I'm here to tell you that if you need anything, if you need someone to talk to, you need love, you need whatever you may need, I'm here to be your light, to be your hope, to be your inspiration, to be able to minister to you through my cooking. And this is Chef Jamar. And let me tell you guys, I have five favorite scriptures, and they are Philippians 4:13, Philippians 4:19, Jeremiah 29:11, Luke 6:31, and Matthew 7:7. If you don't know those scriptures, read all five of those, and you will eventually understand what God has you in the position He has you in. Again, keep moving forward. Again, you're a king, you are a queen, and you can do anything you put your mind to. And this is Chef Jamar, and we are the science behind culinary.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jamar. And you know what? Before we go, I admire you for standing bold and courageous and giving exhortation to the young people on Facebook and YouTube, and giving wisdom. That was wisdom right there. So at 21, hey, 21, Jamar is 21, and I'm very proud to know him and seeing him grow up to be who he is today. So, congratulations, Jamar, on your journey and your accomplishments already. I know that God will bless you phenomenally. And thank you for your wisdom. Okay. Well, next time, this is our end of our series this year. I am revamping not revamping, I am starting to plan for the summer. So, you will see a lot of replays from the time I start to today. But until then, keep an eye out on our Facebook page, Left Brains, as well as our YouTube channel for our upcoming events over the summer because we have a summer camp going on, as well as us opening the back up for back to school specials. So in the meantime, hope to talk to you soon. And as well as also we have a raffle that ends in June. June 26th, I think it is. So please, if you are willing, the funds that we are collecting does help with the underserved youth and not high school, but overall with their affordable tutoring services and their sponsorship. So if you are able to help us out, we would greatly appreciate it. So God bless. Hope to see you soon and keep connected and stay tuned. Bye.